This is Derrick Jaxn. He's a guy that makes his money by basically telling women whatever they want to hear. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. It's called capitalism, people. Uh, you know why there's like 45 different shades of green? It's because, women will buy 45 different shades of green. So you don't really knock the hustle when it comes. I don't really knock the hustle when it comes to this guy. And as far as like listening to anything he has to say, no, we're fine. But he man bashes a lot, and I hate to use the term bash, but it is really applicable in this case. He man bashes a lot, and so I covered the K Michelle comment where she says, men aren't good people. I disagree. The men she chooses aren't good people. It is what it is. But they went on V103, and this is a pretty interesting conversation between like two man bashers. So let's just get into it.
One and only Derrick Jaxn, social media, the man who lays it down and says it so honest that most men are like, I can't stand him. But at the end of the day,
says who?
A lot of guys on your page be like, dude, come on.
The most, though. That's subjective.
Yeah, because there's a lot of guys who, I just ignore them for the most part. I've seen plenty of females repost this stuff, but like I said, he's there to tell women what they want to hear. There's plenty of guys who, call him a simp, say he's, they have ideas of him, pander bear. But the deal is that ultimately he a man trying to make his money, and I genuinely don't think he believes most of the stuff that he says. It's just, hey, this is what sells, this is what moves. Notice how the man called him social media guy, because that's really where he gets his bread from. He's just a quote unquote influencer. He ain't influencing nothing over here, but he's an influencer, and that's it. He's just like an internet personality. As we've been learning, people who come up via the internet, they just be on some extra hypocritical shit. So let's continue.
Yeah. Why do you think so many guys don't like you?
I think a lot of guys have problems with the things I'm revealing that they need to fix in themselves. So they pissed off at me like I'm the problem. When the real problem is the work that they got to do and the fact that they don't want to do it.
Ooh. Yeah, right. Ooh, oh my goodness. How he speaks so... And that's the thing. He's not about the work that they don't want to... Bruh, it's impossible to know everybody's circumstances or situations or capacities to be able to deal with the circumstances and situations that they put themselves into. So it is what it is. I can't sit here and say, oh, there aren't lazy guys out there, but at the same time, I know what he speaks of doesn't, apply to myself. So it's all good. And I'm pretty sure most guys are just like, yo, he just getting his bread, man. Because you can't go broke telling women what they want to hear. And females are so empowered, they make him hella bread now, so they can toss it his way to make them feel a little bit better about themselves. And like, oh no, I'm not the problem. I don't have to change anything. It's the men that have to change, which is a narrative that here in the Western Hemisphere we've pressed for forever. But let's continue.
So this is what K Michelle said on our show when she was here last week. This is one of the clips, and we're going to allow you to call in Atlanta 404-741-WVEE.
Everything that I've gone through has been because of lack of self-esteem and men being in the middle.
But that's okay. And another thing, like lack of self-esteem, well, then that's a you problem. Ain't no men being in the middle. It's the men that you put in the middle between your legs.
What do you mean? Like, explain that. Like,
I don't think men are good people.
Wait, you think that now? All men?
I don't think they're good people.
Why not?
The reason for that, and I truly believe that, the reason for that is, like, for men...
Did she get, like, a ton of work done? Because I think this is maybe the first time I've seen her, like, face this close. She's not unattractive, but definitely has, like, a LaToya Jackson thing going on. I don't know why I'm thinking LaToya Jackson.
To do things that they consider small in the flesh of, like, cheating. You know that...
This thing can't cheat on you, darling, because, like, that's not the way our, like I say... Like, we push this notion of equality when it's just nonsense. It's not cheating. It's basically, hey, it's something new. No, what's done in the flesh is done that in the flesh. That has absolutely nothing to do with, like, emotion. And I think that's one of the bigger differences between the male and the female brain. She'll sit there and see that, like, because of that thought, oh yeah, we're equal, so I'm supposed to be his, he's supposed to be mine, and I'm supposed to be his. I'm sorry, there's no that ownership doesn't that ownership or that possession doesn't really flow both ways equally. I'm sorry, it just isn't. It just doesn't.
It's gonna destroy your partner, but you do it anyway. That's not a mistake.
But that's the thing. The partner shouldn't allow it to destroy her or him, whatever. I don't know whatever floats your boat, but whatever it is, your partner, you shouldn't allow it to destroy you, because you should be strong enough. Honestly, you should be like, you should be making sure that you're more than enough. But hey, you got your own thing, right? You want to be a single, you want to be out there, and you want to be skipping time too. So it is what it is.
It's the same story over and over again.
Yeah.
And just because I'm a woman, I'm supposed to accept your betrayal.
Right.
Yes. Okay? No one's going to tell you this, but yes, just because you're a woman, you're supposed to accept the betrayal, because particularly if, I think it's Memphis, right? And he's the father of your son. Like, y'all, like, honestly, if we spend here just like speaking purely in the traditional sense, you're supposed to be watching the kid and chilling and making sure that the home's taken care of. But you want your own thing. You're like, oh yeah, I'm a woman, I'm a strong, empowered woman, and all this other stuff. So you ain't gonna be there when every time you try and pop off.
Because you're taking advantage of my love for you, and I'm supposed to just be the one behind you riding or dying. I'm not dying with nobody. And to see girls come up to me, I'm the girl they come up to all day long crying. They tell me the most disgusting of stories that I couldn't even believe.
And men have some pretty horrible stories as well. Okay, guys, I'll give you one. I'm with this chick, right? And we run across a family member of mine. I give her a hug. All right, we all good. We sitting there later on. I'm getting some top, and then she starts squeezing my berries, man. She was like, "Who's that chick?" Da, 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 da. So let's not sit here and pretend as if, like pain is a one-way street. It really isn't. But like, how secure are you, and what have you been doing within the confines of your relationship to make sure things go in the way that you would like them to go? I mean, like, hell, and that's the thing. I don't know, because I'm not in their relationship. Jesus, guys.
And a lot of times men, the wrong man, will stunt your growth as a woman. Women could be doctors, lawyers.
You the rib. Okay? Like, I hate to take it to the religious place, but that's what I have to fall back on. You the rib. Your growth is within that man. Ultimately, that's what it's supposed to be. He's supposed to be head of the ship. He's supposed to be leading the family when what have you. And you're supposed to be doing it together in tandem as a team. But something tells me she's a feminist. So, nah, there is no team. There's just the competition. And unfortunately, we ain't supposed to be at that. That's why things are so awry. Make no mistake.
And everything, but they in the bed crying over what a man did to them.
I don't believe that, man. I think that's a generalized statement.
What you think?
You think all them bad except you?
Not even that.
Okay, so shorty behind them is definitely a 35%er. Like, she cute as hell. Okay, hi, how you doing? All right, what does this guy got to say?
I think just based on what you said, I think your experiences are valid, and I think the things that she was talking about are extremely valid, but in the way that you've internalized it is toxic. Very. It's like, yeah, there are kids in Chicago that are committing crimes, but hypothetically, let's say you have a son or a daughter. That doesn't mean that your son or daughter is a bad person because kids over there are doing wrong, even though those things are actually happening. So I think that's a generalized statement to say all men are bad. I think all men can be better, the same way that women can. We could speak to the things.
But then again, you just hit it with a generalized statement yourself there, champ, because you're like, oh, well, all men can be. Bruh, speak for yourself. Like, just speak. I would encourage K. Michelle to do that as well. Okay, these are the things you see. Good, congratulations. But I mean, you can only speak from the angle in which you come from. So guess what? You guys just said all men can be better. Look, man, we do the best that we can. That's all you can ever ask. And some people don't have particularly the capacity or even the desire to want to be better. And the beautiful thing about being an American is you ain't gotta be, bruh. That's the best thing about this freaking country. So, I mean, Derrick Jaxn, it is what it is, bro.
Doing wrong in terms of holding us accountable. But whenever you say all men are bad, you're almost giving them a pass to continue being bad. And that I'm not for.
I can't give.
How? I mean, like the deal is that my issue is that like I said, you're painting like you said, you're generalizing and painting the entire group based on your personal experience, and so thusly, and when it's your personal experience, the thing that needs to change, the thing that needs to be looked at is you.
In the past to do nothing. They've been clowns for years, so there's not a pass I can give. Men like to take that and make women be the blame.
Yeah, right. It's just like also damn men like to take that and make women be the blame. I mean, where's she from anyway?
For why they're acting like that or this and that. Yes, I have been in some relationships and they haven't been good for me. You know, but it's not just me that I'm basing this off of.
It's you and a whole bunch of women that made the choice to who you were going to be with. And that I don't think Derrick Jaxn gonna say that at all. It's you and the women who these are your choices. You don't get to sit here and be like, oh my goodness, all men are bad because of the men that you decided to be with, the men that you will accept into your life. Make no mistake, guys, that you do have a choice as to who you allow to enter your life. And when you sit here and continuously make a bad choice, guess what? It's not the men, it's not the big number, it's the little number. It's you.
It's women in every city. I've been on the road every week for 5 years. 5 years. And these women are walking up to me, I mean, like crying. Not even like, oh, he...
And let's be real, like y'all are insanely emotional creatures that are completely neurotic and can really hype yourself up on your own neuroses. So, yeah, I'm sure that they did sit there and you perioded all over each other, of course. I have absolutely no doubt.
It just like broke down, souls broke down.
Right.
So as soon as they come towards me, I know the first thing they're gonna say, something they man did to them. No, it's never anything good. I rarely hear anything good that a man has done to help a woman.
Because you're a magnet for that type of negative energy. That type of chaotic and dramatic negative energy. You're a magnet for it. Yeah, I don't know your music, but I assume there's quite a bit of that in there.
And become a better woman. I go on the real. I go on what's brought. You all can be like, oh, there is a good man. Yeah, probably 1%. You want to talk about the...
This is why when you like let them open their mouths, it's just like, oh my goodness, I have this big problem. Okay, what's wrong? There's only 1% of men that are good people. Okay, bye. Just like you're so damn extreme. Like you take it to such a far place that it's hard to take you seriously. You know, like for real.
1%.
That's different.
You want to talk about a 1%?
But if you're going to tell the truth...
And he might be gay. He might just be being good to his gay partner.
You got to tell both sides of it. And with that mentality, you're only going to bring in that 99% that you think exists that represents the worst of us. Because let's say a good man does come along. Is that mentality going to attract him and make him want to stay around?
Well, who cares what attracts him?
And there you go, right? I mean, it's like, wow. I'm surprised that she's as light-skinned as she is, seeing how far her head is up her own ass. That's amazing. Because there's no sense of reciprocity to be found. You know, she's a misandrist. And that's okay. Just, shoot, I prefer you not be on, national airways trying to pump this stuff out. And you got tons of girls saying, yeah, go get him, girl. You heard her when she wasn't. Like, that's just like, well, man, we are looking at something right here.
That's that's not what it's about for me in my life. I pay my own bills right now.
But you're going to continue
So,
You see, and that's the thing I talk about in plenty of videos where it's like, oh, I pay my own bills. Like, I'm on. Yeah, you are propped up. Like, I mean, she is like a record. She's a recording artist. Like, so you got your label to sit there and, like, you know, make sure that you get paid. I'm pretty sure she's catching royalties and stuff like that. And, you know, hopefully her money people are good and she's doing well. But that's not the thing. We're talking about fulfilling relationships, right? Like, you know, say having that good, decent, fulfilling relationship. You chose poorly in that area, in that arena, and now you're bitter about it.
when you pay your own bills, you're gonna think about love differently. So if a man is not willing to show and prove who he is, he's not for me. I'll put up this wall, and if you're not going to climb it, then you need to stay on the other.
But that's the thing. There's literally nothing worth climbing. I mean, physically, you're literally standard model at this point. Let's be real. Let's take all that. Take the hair out. Take the makeup off. Let's see what we're working with. Of course not. Why? Because she considers herself this, you know what I'm saying, like a prime type. This is like Jezebel. Boyz II Men had this real dope song called Jezebel. It was on the 2 album. I cannot recommend that song enough. They harmonize like nobody's business, and it is a beautiful track. But yeah, like that's that kind of spirit, that kind of destructive, chaotic, hateful, misandrous spirit. That seriously, wow, I'm feeling. Oh, I'm feeling it.
Side of it. I'm going to speak and say how I feel. This submission stuff with Fantasia, I'm not submitting to nothing but my bag and my kids and my career. I will submit. There is no submission without a mission. There has to be a mission.
You have
these.
That's the thing, but you ain't no captain there, champ. She's just sitting there like Fantasia and her submission. I ain't submitting to nothing. Yeah, because you already picked badly. You got your kids. It's like I spoke in the Vivica Fox video that they're like you past that point. You done. You're like, your time's up. Those that like the wall about to come crashing in and probably already has physically. So yeah, like you picked your king. You should go be by his side, to be 100% real with you. Like, I want, like, if you got a baby father, go be with your baby father. I don't care if he in jail, go conjugals, go visit him, marry him, like, just go be together. Cause guess what? That's the one right there. If you want the partnership type stuff, if that's the person you need to partner up with. Because guess what? When you sit there and say, oh yeah, I want to make a life with you, I want to create a life with you, I want to have a life with you. Yeah, you're talking about a person. You're talking about a child. Not, oh yeah, we're going to live together and spend some... No. That's not the same thing. And you do that later. But as far as, like, you know, your fertile years and stuff like that, once you give them up, they're done. Sorry, ladies.
Men don't have missions.
You have absolutely no obligation to submit or do anything, but you would be wise to be consistent in what it is that you want. Do you really want a healthy relationship with a man that is good?
Okay.
If that's the case, then you have to create a welcoming space for that. And what you're talking about is not welcoming.
I've been in a relationship for now 3 years. I knew him for 20. Right?
I feel for this brother on the other side of this microphone.
Why not feel for me? Why are you feeling for him? Like, I was with somebody, I've been friends with somebody for over 20 years. We get in a relationship, and as soon as things get bad for me, health-wise, and I'm not as strong, I wasn't brought up like I should have been brought up. I was made to feel even more insecure in the situation. Me as a woman, I have decided that there's years and time.
You hear this, right? Like, all this is me. That's all it is. That's all it is.
I'm within this. There are babies about to be born and everything, so we are working on this relationship. But before we were a couple, I still spoke on these situations. I tell my relationships to the women that come and cry. I let them know mine ain't perfect. I'm not no relationship goals for y'all. I'm just gonna tell y'all the truth at all times.
But I think...
So basically, she had an orbiter that was around for 20 years. And if you don't know what an orbiter is a guy that's like, you know, played a front role and stuff like that until she decided to pick him off of the lot. And so yeah, she had a orbiter for about like a solid 2 decades that she now is like, you know what I'm saying, it's like, you know, screw it, I'm gonna do this, that, and the third. What is she pregnant? Like, I don't know about that whole baby thing. What is she pregnant? I'm not sure, but either ways, like her entire, like her energy, her aura is just completely unpleasant. And there's a lot of females that are drowning in that, you know? I mean, and it's bad.
He's trying to say is, if you want a relationship, does that attitude create the space in order to accept the good man when he comes along?
It might scare him, but he needs to be scared.
So you...
Jesus Christ. So, yeah, you know, honestly, I don't think that there's much more to be said. She's crazy. And we don't listen to crazy people, now do we? We keep it pushing. I can't even make jokes out of this because she's just like, yo, she's just so that damn ugly about it. So, with that being said, we're going to bring this one to an end. All the internet stuff. If you liked it, toss it a like. Dislike, go ahead, do that too. I'm not scared of you. Sub if you enjoy my fantastic voice and you want to get videos like this every single day. Share, because sharing is caring. And YouTube and BitChute and the like. And man, come on. Like, seriously. Like, and speak. Let me know, what do you think in the comments? I mean, is this nothing but a demonic spirit in a pretty package? Because that's what I'm seeing right there. And the only reason that, like, nobody's, like, lit on fire is because, you know, all the entertainment industry type cats, you know, the Hollyweird type cats. So, you know, everybody had their blue hole played with. Anyways, but let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, like, all I'm seeing is Misandry. She is just dripping with misandry and hatred for dudes, and I guess this is why I don't listen to her music. So, are you familiar with her music? Do you know any of her tracks? I mean, you know what? Like, if you are familiar with her tracks, let me know in the comments, okay? Or what do you think of Derrick Jaxn? I mean, he just seems like a dude that's just trying to get paid. I ain't even worrying about him. Like, honestly. Like, honestly, like, yo, like, he just tells women what they want to hear. Like, so, and he's sitting there like, yo, he's just sitting there quiet because, okay, yeah, sure, us men, we suck. I don't know. There's so many of them that suck. So many of those men suck. Me, no, I'm he's turned through cut right now. But either way, let me know what you think in the comments. And until the next one.